Morning everyone, get myself comfortable again. I hope you can see behind us what I've started doing is filling up a few my seed trays. I've been up the allotment this morning. Unfortunately I didn't take my camera with us, so I'm going to try again to get up there tomorrow and give you some photographs of the strawberries and what we've been doing. It absolutely poured down the end of North East yesterday. I think it was mainly the rest of the country got a really good soaking. But so what I've done this morning, I want to get back inside. I know I've got loads of potting off still to do, but I'm busy working my way through day by day. I've concentrated on the busy lizzies, the Livingston daisy, which are in the trays ready to be potted off, and I've also got my basket hanging daisies. I've got them to do, so I'm going to try and get them finished in the next day or two, and of course get them taken up the allotment, and that's a hard part. It's waiting for somebody to give us some transport and take the gear up. So today what I'm going to do, I'm going to concentrate on the hardy annuals. And now I love these. They're a great filler for the garden, for flowers. Ray Murray, hi Ray, commented the other night on the internet on the channel that he was having a bit of trouble with the cosmos. Well, I do my hardy annuals every year in exactly the same way. Of course I sow inside, but not in heat, in a cold, nice cold greenhouse. That's all you need. But I'll take you through that them couple of steps in a minute. But for the time being, I'll just give you a little look around there. This bottom summer house here, and try and show you what I've been up to, without shaking the cameras too much. As I say, I've concentrated on the busy lizzies. They're all done now, all in the pots. Now the next thing is the lobelia. And if you realise I've always sown rows, well that's 5 good rows there, and they'll prick out just nicely in little bunches of 3s and 4s. I'll get them potted off. I'll probably start them tonight if I get these busy lizzies finished. The geraniums have had a little bit of a setback here. I don't know why. I might have to pop a little bit of feed into them. They seem to be growing away fine, then they just stop growing. So I'm going to get them a pepping up. There's a few more basket petunias there to be finished off. But as I say, on the whole, everything's going quite well. The tomatoes that I potted up the other day, the nimbus, are doing fine. They're standing nice and strong there now. No bother. I've got some block peppers there ready to go up. Now my croissants, I need to get these done this weekend. I'll have to make a mix up for them because the roots are just coming out of the bottom there. They really are strong little plants, beautiful. That's the cuttings I took 4 or 5 weeks ago, and they're already rooted. Begonias at the back ready to be potted up. There's aubergines on the bottom, peppers on the bottom, more peppers on the bottom there to go in. And then there's just countless pots of different bedding still to go out. So I'm gradually getting caught up. There's another couple of trays of tomatoes that were sown only a week ago, just over a week ago, and they're already rumping through. I've got about 4 or 5 trays already up the allotment, and I've taken the covers off them because they're standing nice and strong there now. So yeah, we're doing really well. The Livingston daisy, as I say, they're in their rows, and they'll be getting pricked off in a couple of weeks' time. More geraniums, and of course down the side I've got the cineraria. So I've got lots to do, lots to sow, lots of potting on to do. It's really just getting the room. Right, so here we'll go with the hardy annuals. Now we know my mix. If you just want to sow in ordinary multi-purpose compost, that's fine. In sharp sand, it's an okay mixture. With my hardy annuals, I like to sow in pots, either cups or small pots, and I use my own mix from the allotment, which is 3 parts multi-purpose, 2 parts good soil or good garden compost out of the bins, and 1 part sharp sand. And now that's that mix there, and I always use this for the hardy annuals. Reason being, it's got a good amount of soil mixed in it, so when the seeds are grown and the young plants are ready to put out, there's not that much difference from that to them going into the soil in the allotment or in your garden. As usual, I'll make a same mix again, but I top it off with a handful of perlite, and this is just for the topping, just for covering the seeds. Now as usual, the seeds I always bring the pots up to about 1 inch, just below the pots, and that's so you can get your seed in, and then you can pop a good handful, good half-inch of soil on the top of that, and leave a little bit of room for watering. But you know me, I water everything from the bottom. But what you can do is give your compost a really good soaking first before you even start with your seed. I'll always give mine a good drain. I can sit them in tanks if need be, sit them in trays of water and just let them take up as much as I want. But yep, just give them a nice good soaking, let them drain down, and then we're ready to start sowing. So if I can just put the camera back on there for a minute, and hopefully they'll be trained on the pots. Right, so I'll sit myself back down again. As I say, Ramery, and that's the other night. Now, hardy perennials, there's loads. They look absolutely beautiful in the garden. I always call them the backbone of the flowers. One of my favourites, of course, the sweet pea. Mallow, it's a beautiful flower. Very tall, elegant, cup-shaped bells on it, pinks and whites, absolutely beautiful. Sweet pea, cosmos, now that's the one Ray was on about, having a bit of trouble. All these seeds are more or less the same. They're all very small, pea-shaped, and very hard to the surface. Now, the one way of getting around that is to sow them in water. The only time I do that is in the autumn with me autumn sowing sweet peas. That's the only time I sow them. In the summer, the springtime sowings, I never bother. I just make sure the compost stays nice and damp, put your seeds on, and in the cool greenhouse, not in the warm greenhouse, cool greenhouse, and they should come away fine. Asters are a little bit more tricky, and this is one reason why I sow in pots, because asters hate to be moved, or hate to be transplanted. Not like some other plants, like tomatoes, they love to be potted on, transplanted. Asters are totally different. You can put asters on, you'll find that they'll sit in their trays for a good couple of weeks before they even start to move. I think it just gives them a little bit of a shock. But anyway, this is one of the ways I get around that. And get up, and of course the aster. That's an old favourite of mine, a nice dwarf one. Aster my lady, absolutely beautiful. Once you open the seed out into the palm of your hand, it's quite easy to do. It's not a hard job. Put the glasses on, of course. That always helps if you're a little bit short-sighted, as I am at times. And as I say, putting the seed into your palm of your hand, and you can quite easily gauge 2, 3 or 4 seeds per pot. Just sprinkle them around the top of the pot, which is fine. And what you'll find a good, nice clump of plants growing through that you can just transplant straight into your garden or your pots or whatever you're growing in, without any problems of transplanting. And this is the way I get around mine. Now the rest of them are pretty easy. The sweet peas, you know, the cosmos, asters is about the only one that I have problems with, that don't like to be transplanted. You could, if you want to sow them in trays, in rows like I do, you could sow the mallow and the cosmos, but I tend to use this method, and I've never had any problems with it all the years I've been doing it. So that's half a packet, and half a packet, and I've got 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 mini pots here already. Now to me, there's about a good 4 seed in there, and then, as I say, I've mixed up a good mixture of my compost and perlite, and just a light covering of that, and there we are. It's pots all sound. They'll sit there. They'll go to the we'll go to the allotment tomorrow, and they'll sit up in a cool greenhouse. Quite easy for the next couple of weeks. The only trouble with using my compost, I mentioned the other week, is you will get a lot of weed coming through. Now, if you don't know your weed from your seed, then I suggest you use your multi-purpose compost and your sharp sand. That way, whatever comes through, you'll know that flower seeds. The only trouble with using my compost, as I say, I don't sterilise my compost out the muck bins up the allotment. I just put it straight in, nice and fresh. It's got all the bugs, all the worms in, everything in. Just give it a riddle through, and that goes in that mixed with me multi-purpose and me sharp sand, and I find it's a fantastic mix. But the only trouble is I will get weeds coming through. But once you've grown for a couple of years, you will know what your actually seedlings look like. As I say, you'll be your busy lizzies. You tend to know your plants, so if you're using the same compost as what I use, that's not a problem. Once you get used to it, you can start picking the weeds out. You'll not get a great deal, but you will get the odd one or two popping through in the pots. But that's one of my tricks I use to get around the hardy annuals. Get them in now. Stacks of time. It's only beginning of April. As I say, it's still cold in the mornings, and the last thing I'd be wanting to do is to try and sow hardy annuals out in the garden, because that's what a lot of people do. They can be sown directly into the soil, but at the moment I think it's far too wet and it's still far too cold. They will grow through it. They will grow eventually, and that's the idea of them. You can just sow them straight into the garden. But I find doing it this way, it's a lot easier, and 99% sure of getting a good pot of flower in there. There'll be a nice 3 or 4 asters, well grown, just ready to be potted out into the garden in about middle of May. As I say, timing's everything. So we're now 6-7 weeks away from middle to the end of May, and by then they should be lovely. It should be a nice strong grown plant, ready just to pop off into the garden. So that's my grow the hardy annuals. And Ray, if get your cosmos, try sowing it this way, and hope you have a bit better luck, mate. So I'm going to leave it for the time being, because I want to get back up the garden. Probably tomorrow morning now, if I can get another lift up. We'll get up there, and we've just been busy getting the strawberries another feed, or their last feed of nitrogen. Lisa Newton Stringer had us the other night on about the nettle crop. Well, it's a fantastic feed. I use it all the time. I've got the wasteland at the back of me, and I crop my nettles at least 3 times a year. You know, that's all you need. A good handful of nettles into a small barrel of water, and just let them ferment, and you get a nice green juice, which is full of nitrogen, and of course it's free. And the strawberries love it. They're actually jumping away there now. So what we'll do next week, because they've all got flowers on, we'll stop the nitrogen feed. That's the nettle juice. And nettle juice can go on to use the leeks and onions, cabbages, stuff like that. Never goes to waste. But what we'll start on next week, we'll start feeding with a potash. That's you can use comfrey, you can use seaweed, anything. You can just use an ordinary tomato feed that you get from the shops. You know, just a juice out of the you can get from the pound shop. Pound a bottle, it's nothing, and that will feed them quite happily. But once a week we'll start on a regime now and give them a good feed of potash. And once the flowers on, like I say, we'll keep opening the doors up through the day now, so the beasts not can get in, the flies, and hopefully we'll get them fertilised. And then starting next week, as I say, we'll start feeding with the potash. So hopefully that'll give a cracking crop of strawberries. Looking at the plants now, they're fantastic. They're really starting to move on there now. A lot of people keep saying it's cold, but inside the polytunnels, the temperature's rising all the time. It's a nice, comfortable 55, 60 in here every day, no problem. I mean, in here today, it's over 60, and I haven't even got the heat lamp on. I just my little burner down below. I've got the door shut and the vent shut, but it's quite comfortable in here, quite comfortable to work, and that's all you need. You don't need too much heat. So I hope I've helped you real with that one. As I say, if you've got hardy annuals to sow, instead of sowing them directly into the land, which is soaking now, it's going to take weeks to dry out, just try it this way. Try them in pots, and you should get a canny crop, hopefully. So I'll see you tomorrow up the plot. We'll get up there and we'll get this video online. Okay, so see you all again soon. Well, morning everybody. Just a quick video of the day. As I say, I concentrated on getting some of the hardy annuals planted out last week. So I've managed to get up the allotment for a quick half hour, I'm still not fully mobile yet on my feet, but I'm getting there, slowly but surely. And these are some of the little beauties I've been checking on. As you can see, it's the autumn sweet pea, and they're absolutely fantastic. Now these are going to be planted out next week. I'm going to take a couple down home with us and get them hardened off. I can put them outside the greenhouse because I haven't got any heat on down there now. I can put them outside through the day and then bring them back in through the night. But yes, a week's hardening off, and that'll get them sorted out. I'm really pleased with them. Really good, strong plants. Top end, I've got the big heavy cabbage, the big giant cabbage. I've got a lot of potting off to do at the moment, but it's trying to get caught up, trying to get up. As I say, I've got to rely on friends and family to bring us up, so I'm getting there, a bit at a time. Now the chrysanthemum cuttings that we took the other week, they've all been potted up, and they're absolutely romping away. I'm really pleased with them. I've got 4 or 5 dozen, so good cuttings, good strong cuttings. So what I'm thinking, I might just try a couple in the shows. I wasn't going to show this year, but I might give it a go. There's some of the old stools, they're still throwing up some lovely cuttings. So what I want to do with these, I'm going to leave them as late as possible, probably till the middle of May, and I'm going to start taking some cuttings again, which I told you in another video. I'll show you how to take some small stools or pot rooted cuttings, and then you can, as I say in the dahlia, you can grow them on as a pot dahlia and a pot stool, so you'll only have small plants to overwinter, and you can oversee them in the winter and take cuttings from them next year. But that's all for videos in the future, begin this year, or the end of this year I should say. But for the time being, I'm really pleased with the way things are going. I know I haven't been up here much. Poor Roger's had to do all the work for us. I'm still a bit unsteady on my feet here on the crutches. But see, these are some of the BM leeks. These are going to be planted out in the trench next week. They've been hardening off. As I say, I didn't really spend much time with them this year, but they'll come. They'll come. Dahlias, there's 2 treefuls of dahlias there to be potted up, so I'll get cracking on them this week. These are the onions. These are Craig onions. So everybody's asking about onions, and they're quite easy to grow. They're not as big as what the big lads have got them for the shows. But if you just want to grow them for the garden, you'll get a cracking onion out of them, and something to impress your friends and your family. They're quite easy to grow if you just follow the few easy steps for them. That's the 2 trays of hardy annuals on the beginning of the video that I potted up and all ready, because it's been over 5 days since I'm trying to finish this video off. The weather's been absolutely atrocious up here, but today it's a little bit finer, so I've managed to get up here and hopefully get started. So there's my leeks there, just sitting there. These are of course the Yorkshire Giants. I've had a bit of a catastrophe on one of the flags, a bit of a caterpillar damage, so it's out with the rhubarb leaves, and make a spray up this weekend and give them a good soak with that and some soapy water. There's some blanched leeks here, which unfortunately I haven't had time to get any collars on. There's a blanched leeks over in the corner here. Not as good as what they should be, but no doubt we'll get some for the show, and I'll be quite happy as long as I can get some put away for seed. I'll be quite happy for next year and get started again. But yeah, I just want to pop down. I've had a few queries on the internet about the strawberries, so this video was all about sorting the strawberries out. So we'll sort that out next week. Right, as you can see, we're in the lower tunnel. We've been having some fantastic spring cabbage. Absolutely beautiful. If you remember the back end of last year when we sowed them in the autumn, they've been absolutely cracking. A few of them must have split and gone to seed. A few of the winter ones, but I'm not too bothered about that. It's a nice bit of green we get off them, and of course we've always got friends next door with the chickens, and the chickens just love them. You can see the garlics that are put away for seed over in the corner there. They're absolutely romping away. They're massive. So hopefully we'll get a good seed head off them, and that was the idea of them. Right, okay, so Steve Vibert posed a question about the strawberries. Well, here are mine in the baskets. These are our later crops. Now these are the first year cuttings. Now what we do is we'll put the first year cuttings in baskets, and Steve was asking about bringing them out of the tunnel. Well, no, these stop in the tunnel all the time, right up until fruiting. Once the fruit's cleared, they will start sending off a load of runners, and these are the ones we use for because they're nice strong little plants being first years. These are the ones we use for the cuttings. We'll take our next year's cuttings from them, and then the baskets will just sit outside all summer. As you can see, they're absolutely fantastic. These are the later crop. I'm not too worried about these because they're just nice and moist. They've had 3 feeds of nettle juice, and once these flowers set and the fruits start coming on, we're going to change to a potash feed, which of course is seaweed or what we have up the top end there. Some good barrels of horse manure or good potash feed. Tomato feed will do if you haven't got any of them. As you can see, they're all in flower now, so we'll probably give them one more feed of the nettle juice, and then we'll start on the potash, and that's of course it's feeding the fruits. We've got some fantastic leeks here. These are our stock leeks for next year. I've just been cleaning these up. They're going to need a little bit of a spraying, so I'm going to hopefully crack on with that this week, and get them sprayed down this weekend, get them nice and clean. I'm well chuffed with them. But as you can see, what baskets these are the second crop. This is a cold tunnel. It's not hot because there's nets down the bottom end here, and the temperature's just nice in here. But when I take you next door and I'll show you the second year ones and the third year ones, you'll get an idea of how we crop ours. But for the time being in here, I'm really pleased with it. The pots inside, as I say, all you have to do is water on the inside. You can take your pot out, stick your hand down, and you can find out what the moisture is at the bottom of the baskets. The idea of putting the bags in is because we don't have any spill, no overspill whatsoever. So it can be canny way of watering. You don't waste anything, you don't waste any feed, and that's the idea of ours. But yeah, this is our lower tunnel, so I'm going to take you next door and show you how we're getting on with the big second year ones. Right, here we are. You can see the difference in these big boys. Absolutely beautiful. Well, these are the once they come up with the baskets, and what we'll do is we'll empty the baskets out and we'll put them into tubs. And these, of course, are the second year strawberries, just in the tubs, and they're absolutely thriving. Really big plants, masses and masses of flowers on them, and you can see there's small strawberries on there already. Now, Steve Vibout was asking about pollination. Well, Steve, we have our doors on, but we can put hooks on the doors and we can leave them open in the evening, and honestly, you won't have any problems with pollination. You get all the bugs and the bees will come in, and all the small hoverflies and whatnot. As you can see by these, the flowers are just starting to die back there now, and the little fruits are starting to come on. But they're marvellous plants. I'm well pleased with them. Nice and green, lovely and strong, good hands of flowers. So we're going to get a fantastic crop off them. I'm really pleased with them. They're coming on well. As I say, these are the same. They've only had 3 feeds of the nettle juice. I know there's quite a lot in here. I think we've got about 40 in pots, which we always like to have a good crop of strawberries. Now these are the second year ones, so these are going to crop away a lot quicker than the ones in the basket, because they've been a bigger root and they get away easy. They grow away a lot easier, and of course you get a fantastic set of flowers like that. Really well pleased with them this year. The greenhouse, this is the bigger tunnel, is starting to fill up quite well. Our early tatties are all through. We've got 3 rows of Casablanca in there, and they're popping their way through. So what I'll be doing with them, maybe in a week to fortnight's time, I'll have to bank them up along the sides. We've got our row of garlic. The garlics are well ahead, jumping away there. So well pleased with them. Everything's starting to grow away for me. And of course over here we've got the big boys, and that's our big 3-year strawberries. Now after they come out with the pots in the second year, they'll be tipped out and they're put into a big black bucket for the 3rd year. Now as you can see by the size of them, they're even bigger than the ones in the pots. Well, that again, it tells you, because it's a root ball, it's a bigger root ball you're growing on, and you're going to get a much stronger plant from the root ball. So of course you get a bigger healthier plant. But in saying that, the bigger the plant and the more the flowers, the smaller the fruit. So that's why we like to, after 3 years, these will just get tipped out into the compost bins, and that'll be it. And then we'll start again from scratch. So we'll have a constant supply of new cuttings every year, and to change over. So we'll always have a constant run of nice fresh strawberries. We'll start cropping. I'm looking at these now, and I'm surmising we'll start cropping around about the second week in May. I'll not be far away from there. So after that, we've got 1, 2, 3 lots at different stages of growth. So I reckon we'll crop from the middle of May right through to the end of July. And we've got buckets outside, buckets of strawberries outside, so they should grow well. So as I say, 4 crops we should take right through to the end of July. So at the moment I'm well pleased with them, really chuffed with them. Yeah, as I say, it was an idea to get up here and just show you. I know I haven't been online much lately, but last week I had 2 or 3 visits to the hospital, physio and whatnot. So I'm hoping this week is to try and get started out here. There's some of the big onions, that's the billy lamb onions. Now I was going to show them this year, but they're a little bit behind on what I would like. As I say, when you see the lads online, there's some massive ones. They've been on the lights, they've been on the heat all from October, November. These never had that treatment. As I say, I just managed to sow the seed in January. But next year it'll be different. We'll get them set away nice and early. And if you just want to follow it through, we'll show you how to grow some nice leeks and some nice onions for next year. I've got a few more up the height there, doing well. So, as I say, we'll just let them grow on. Roger's busy doing the beds outside, and we're going to get the main crop tatties put in. He's busy in himself there. Still got quite a few bits and pieces to do in here, as the dahlias are all starting to shoot away. So we're going to get a few cuttings off them. I've already taken a few cuttings. So hopefully we'll get them sorted out in the next week or 2. Get the dahlias done. We've got a field of tomatoes at the moment. I think I've got about 10 dozen potted up there at the moment. So I'm pleased with them. I spent a bit of time down home doing the geraniums. The geraniums are all potted up. Busy lizzies are all potted up. The Phelias are all potted up. It's just been potting for the last 3 weeks non-stop. We've still got 1,000 tomatoes over there to be potted on. But there's the pot leeks, if you remember. Have anybody followed us through with the pot leeks? Now these are going to sit here at the middle of May, but by the middle of May they're going to be a foot high, as I say. They're really easy to grow. Not too difficult, and you'll get a really good leek to plant out in the middle of May into the garden. But yeah, I'm really pleased with the way things are growing. I think these are the American tomatoes. Yes, they're the American tomatoes now. I've been growing them just in gentle heat. I've just set the seed away, which I'm going to grow up completely cold. Now the difference being I want them nice and short. These ones are small Spanish, and these are this is the size I really want them, just nice and small. So yeah, I'm pleased. They're growing away nicely. We should get a good crop of them this year. But, as I say, Roger's outside. He's digging the beds over, and hopefully we're going to get some potatoes put in this weekend. But I'll get the camera and the tripod set up. As you can see down here, these are the shallots I grew from seed. Yes, that is my phone going off, but I'm just going to ignore it. These are the shallots we're putting from seed. So I'm going to pot these up this weekend. There's a few more. These are supposed to be a show leek. I've just never had the time really to get stuck into some of these, but I'm going to put a couple of dozen of them up because there might just be a nice big leek. So that's a job for this weekend, but plenty of time for that. Right, as I say, I'm hobbling around at the moment. I would like to say a big thank you to Rich T, who passed over our our site to a few of the newcomers, a few of the new subscribers. Well, I just like to say welcome everybody. Nice little site, and I hope you get some enjoyment from it and some good ideas as to what we do and how we grow everything. But for the time being, I'm going to leave it at that and leave you with these big tomatoes, these big strawberries I should say. So I'll see you all again soon. Okay, bye for now. Well, just a quick way to get this video finished off. I'm back home now. Managed to get a little bit done in the garden, trying to sort my way through some of the leeks and some of the jobs that I've got to do. It was just a quick word for all the new subscribers. There's quite a few of them coming on there now. It's a great thanks to Rich T, I think. Just a wave to the neighbour, Nick, just on out there. Yeah, it's just a big thank you to Rich T. I'm sure he must have enjoyed some of the videos on our site. So he put on our site and he's asked a lot of his friends to subscribe to our channel. But we've had quite a few over the last couple of weeks. So as I say, the job this morning was to get up to show you what we've been doing up the garden, or what mainly Roger's been doing in the garden. Bless him, he's really pulled out all the stops to try and keep it going over the last 6 months while I've been getting over my injury. But as I say, down here I'm potting off. There's always tons to be done. I've always just getting my way through some of the seed pots that were in last year, the Malvia, the Bidens, and these are all basket plants. And we've still got quite a few in here yet. Aqualesia, I've got Primrose. Now Primrose and Primulas, you might think it's a little bit early, but I will be sowing mine next month in May. And I always like to try and get a nice big plant ready for the winter months starting. So already we're not even halfway through this year and we're starting to think about next year. But that's the way to be, to try and be ahead of yourself. Now them Nimbus tomatoes, I told you they were the trial varieties. I've got absolutely hundreds up the garden there now, but I'm pleased with the way they're growing. They're nice and short, nice and strong. Like I say, try and keep them as cool as you can. And I'm going to try and grow one of these outside on the patio, along with some else at Craig and one of the gardeners delight, and just see if I can get some tomatoes grown on the outside on the south facing wall. That's a little challenge I've got for this summer. But yeah, great. Well pleased, as I say. I was concentrating on potting off, and this is my job for this afternoon. If you remember how I sowed the lobelia in rows, and then it's easy enough just to take the rows up. You'll get nice little clumps, and you can just pick them off in little clumps, 4, 5, 6 in a clump, and pot them up into your multi-cell trays, and you get a fantastic plant for the middle to the end of May. So that's my job this afternoon. I've got them to finish off. I've just been sowing some more seed. Morning Glory, Cosmos, which is what Ray Murray was on about. Sorry Ray, I did mention at the beginning of the programme how I like to sow mine, and of course I've done it every year, just in small cups, as I say. Bring your compost up the top, nice and moist. Sow your seed on the top, the little light covering of perlite and peat, and they'll rump away. As I say, there's loads of hardy annuals that you can sow like that in pots. Rather than sow them direct in the garden, I like to sow them in pots like that, and they'll grow away nice and quick, and you'll have a nice strong little plant ready for planting out in May, end of May, which is fine. Livingston daisies, there we are, 3 rows, and they're just nice and slow. I don't like to force these too much, because they're semi-succulent. As you see, you've just got to go really easy with them. They're a very soft plant, so I'll let them get a little bit bigger, and then I'll start potting these off in little clumps too, just small little clumps. They're a funny little plant to pot off. not as easy as the other ones, but no doubt once I get another week or two, once I get a little bit bigger, then I'll get cracking on them, get them potted up. But yeah, I've got a lot to do this afternoon. I've got some more lobelia over here to pot off. I've got basket petunias to pot up, and I've got peppers and aubergines to pot up. So I'm busy down here all the time. It's we're getting at least a day when I can say it's still pretty overcast here, but it's warm outside. It's not cold. It's just nice. So hopefully spring's actually sprung and we can get started stuck into the garden. Now as I say, Roger's up the garden with us this morning, and what he's been doing has been turning over the potato bed. That's been just a mess this year. We've had all sorts of timber on it, bricks, we've had fires on it, so we've had it all levelled out. A good couple of barrels of manure mixed over the top of it. It's all getting turned in with leaves, plenty of horse manure. And what we'll do is on Saturday, hopefully, I'll get up with the help of Roger. I'll get the potatoes lined out, and I'll show you how we'll like to plant potatoes. And that's our first start. Next week, if the fine weather carries on, Sunday, I'm going to try and plant out a couple of rows of parsnips. I'm a little bit later than what I normally like sowing parsnips. I like to get them in around about the end of March, beginning of April, but only a couple of weeks away, so I'm not going to panic yet. As I say, I've been set back with my injury this year, but I'm catching up slowly but surely. Loads of potting up to do up the garden. Loads of plants that I took about a fortnight ago, they're filled up pots now, and that's when I like to do my potting off. Once the plants have filled up pots, and I'm never in a hurry to get them potted up too early. Just a nice small open stages, small pot, medium, large, never too big, just nice small stages. But we'll do a video on that next week. We'll start doing the croissants, because they definitely need doing. I've just finished off all the leeks and all the onions. They're well out the way, but what I will have to do next week is to start on the tomatoes. I mean, they're only in cups at the moment, but when I was up there this morning, I checked on some of the American, and already them pots are full of root. As I said in an earlier video, tomatoes love to be potted on, but just go easy. You don't have to be in too much of a hurry. If your pot's in there, you can go into there, 9 centimetre. You know, I never go up too big, and then into there. That's a final pot. And then from there, they'll be ready. You'll have a nice strong tomato or whatever to go into the garden or in your greenhouse. So always go up in small stages, never too big. So I'm hoping I've been a little bit of help to us this morning. As I say, welcome to all the new subscribers on my channel. We hope you're getting something from it. And once again, thanks to Rich T for subscribing and letting all his pals know where we are. But we're also on my Facebook. It's Jeff Foreman on the Plot. If you want to come over onto our Facebook, which we have daily updates, chats, lads on the allotment, you're welcome. Just come on, send me your name and that, subscribe to it, get onto YouTube, on AB I should say, or Facebook page, and we'll invite you onto that, and you can see where we'll go from there. And as I say, we have regular updates on that every day. But yeah, for the time being, I'm well pleased, and I'm glad we're helping a few viewers on the channel get a little bit of help in the garden. And there's always lots of people online asking how to go on about different things, and it's always helpful if you've got a channel that'll just stick to the basics. Nothing too heavy. Just stick to the basics. We don't like to go overboard on anything. We just like to go nice and slowly. We'll show you how to grow from seed, from cuttings, whatever you want. Post online, send me a message. By all means, we'll get back to you, answer you, and if we can help you, by all means we will. But as I say, it's been a couple of weeks since I made a video, so I thought I'll have to get started today, because a few of us will be wondering what's happening with us. I have been busy the last week or two with hospital appointments and whatnot, but I've now started my physio, so hopefully in a few weeks' time I should be back on my feet again and back on the plot. But we've got that to come to. But for the time being, thanks for watching. Don't forget to share, and don't forget to subscribe. And we'll see you all again in the next video. Hopefully it'll be this weekend up the plot, or in the plot, and we'll be putting potatoes in and a couple rows of parsnips, and we'll show you how to get on with that. Okay, so thanks again, and I'll see you all again soon.